tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $, usual 50/50. Tickets on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshit on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDDC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDDC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect tag.
Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash App, $, usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDDC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDDC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect tag.
For the best grooming plans for you, It's so natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help you swagger, your style, class, and luxury. Make our products that are made for you with high quality, yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Company, you swagger, style, class, and luxury, in luxury.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
How was it, Mohammed, anyway, to be a Negro boy in the South?
We say black now.
All right, black. All right. Is it not the same thing?
What? No, Negro. We are taught that all people are named after country. Chinese are named after China. Cubans are named after Cuba. Irish people are named after Ireland. Indonesians are named after Indonesia. Japanese are named after Japan. Australians are named after Australia. But there's no country named Negro.
All right, then let me
read. Understand?
I understand.
You like as dumb as you know?
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Friday night chop session with Stormybman. The late edition, Yeah. For this Friday, April 11, 2025. And we're calling this one Ennis versus Stanionis Welterweights. The unification for Saturday, April 12th. It'll be broadcast live on Dazn. Yeah. So this is a late edition. I had to give me a little bit of rest, you guys. Running ragged this week, and got to get that beauty rest in. You know how it is. All of this, it takes a lot of work, to present it to you, And I got to be ready for my close-up, you know what I'm saying? And got to get the bags from under the eyes and everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes. But welcome, everybody, to the late edition of this Friday night chop session. This is number 181 in the series of chop sessions as we move right along. If you guys have noticed anything about what I've been doing with this channel, I've been more and more increasing the output of the content on the channel. And again, the Patreon is live and it's up and going, and I have content that I've got to upload to the Patreon, but we're just working, huh? And the powers that be are trying to still hold me back, which is why I rely upon you all for that support and that devotion of making sure that you hit that like button for me, that you share the content, that you subscribe. Make sure that the bell button is clicked on the subscription, that you get all notifications, even though people still come in and they say, oh, I got no notification, huh? Because as soon as I put something in the queue to be uploaded, you're supposed to get a notification for it. And if you're not getting that notification, that means that maybe you're just not doing your part, because I'm doing mine. Huh? I do what I can on this end, but it requires a little bit of assistance on your end. Yeah. So, getting ready for this welterweight showdown. It's been the talk of the week. It's funny how people, they fall in late, huh? They fall in late, and that nobody wants to be left out, huh? But I've been talking about these fighters off and on throughout time, you know what I mean? And it's nice to see that they're getting the coverage, the notoriety, the fact that people are mentioning them. It's nice to see that that's coming. But even if you go to my facing page, the Stormybman channel, you will see a variety of boxing figures, whether it be fighters, trainers, sometimes the sanctioning body personnel. You'll see the fact that I'm just talking about the sport. I'm talking about people, whether they're domestic or they're international. I'm talking about the ladies of the sport. I try to do what I can, you know what I mean? And I don't think I'm special for doing that. It's just that I'm being consistent with the fact that the sport is global, huh? And we don't just have to look only in our own backyard. You can look over yonder and find something fonder. Yeah! You know, Stormy still got bars late in the evening. If you think that I'll be sleeping on that aspect of my game, no, huh? I'm totally ready, filled to the rafters with plenty of you, huh? Yeah. So we're going to talk some boxing this evening, man. I want to take a quick moment out to acknowledge who we got in the building, huh? Because it's the usual suspects, huh? Plus some others, huh? And don't forget, we got the peepers and the pervs out there as well, huh? In the bushes and the blinds. Yeah, that's what they do, huh? But it's okay. I just want them to stay right there. Don't come out there with them yellow raincoats, huh? And water boots on, huh? Stay right there hidden, huh? Or we gonna call the popo. Yeah! To come and get you, huh? Yeah. So we got Eric Jordan in the building. Early. What's happening with you? He said, salute, sensei. Seen and unseen. Ain't been seen around these parts in a while, huh? But you show up late at night. So that tells me, yeah, you one of them creepers out there too, huh? Late at night, creeping around. You think Stormy don't take roll call? Yeah. You think that I don't know your attendance record, huh? I know you ain't been here, huh? And even if you have been, and you try to tell that story, huh? You know what that makes you, huh? One of them folks, huh? Peeping through the blinds and the bushes. Yeah, huh? Shower is out there saying, damn, Stormy, yep, it's late, Shower, but I'm here, huh? I'm here, and Shower, damn, you was on a long time this afternoon, huh? Almost covered my whole what they call it, commute home from work. I was listening to y'all cooking on there. I would have joined, but I was driving and I couldn't, be on there while I gotta watch these fools out on the roads. You know what I'm saying? So, but you guys was cooking up, and I appreciate you dropping my name in there a couple of times, Shower. I really appreciate that. I noticed that your parties on there, they didn't mention Stormy, huh? But Stormy be mentioning them, huh? And then when I mention them, huh, I'm gonna be mentioning them in some bad ways, huh? Because they don't wanna talk about me, huh? And they know who they are. Yeah, cause I be watching everything. I see everything, huh? Yeah. I'm like the ancient one out here. See, they don't realize that superpowers be real. But you got to cleanse yourself to get them superpowers, huh? And the first part of the cleansing is the mind. And you know that a lot of them don't do that, huh? Because you can hear a lot of the goofy stuff that they say, huh? And the way that they think and the way that they do things, huh? Yeah! So Stormy be right on them, you know what I'm saying? With my steel-toe Timbs ready to let go on thems. Yeah! Bars. Still working, cooking, late in the midnight hour, huh? Because we just went past that here in the Shy. My clock tells me it's 7 after. And 7 is a great number if you read your scripture. Yeah! See, I'm still cooking, y'all. I'm cooking. Sharp! Huh? I had a little rest, and now I'm here to give my best. Whoa, look at me. I'm going. Huh? You can't hold me back. Huh? You can't hold me back. But I'll hold me back. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too much goodness, huh, out here. Too much. Yeah. What else we got going on in here? We got Learn is in the building after being away for a little bit. He too, huh? Bad attendance, huh? Working on that F+. Can't get up and get to the Stormy B-Man channel. But you could be out there, over there in them streets, all naked and everything, huh? With Jergens and Kleenex, huh? You know where that is, down the road. Stormy don't fool with that stuff over here. But you come in here trying to get some kind of a boxing knowledge, huh? But that ain't what you really want. You really want to be over there with them folks, huh? Yeah. Maybe you will get a plaque over there for a full attendance, huh? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Acondo, what's happening with you, brother? I see you out there. That's my man. Acondo be coming in now. He be making sure I see him. He's like, hey, what's up, Sensei? You see me over here? I see you, brother. And I be seeing you in them other spaces too, brother. You be making the rounds. Yeah. Shower says, you damn right. That's right. She said, KG mentioned you. Yeah, but see, KG, man, he don't call Stormy no more, huh? He don't call Stormy no more. KG used to call me and check on me, huh? But see, now I got to air him out on the airwaves. Now, since you mentioned his name, Shower, just know that you the one that got him in trouble, huh? You might as well have said, but it was KG, huh? Because I'm going to say it's KG because he ain't called Stormy, huh? But Stormy can call them. Huh? I call him. Hey, what's up, OG? I was busy. Yeah. Huh? Well, I'm getting ready to get busy on you, huh? Because you don't call Stormy and check on. I told you guys I'm old, huh? We just lost Big George Foreman, huh? It's like tomorrow ain't granted for anybody. Promised. No. So check on a brother. Huh? Yeah. That's all I want. Somebody just tap on the shoulder. You sleep or you okay, OG? Yeah, I'm good. Huh? And then be careful when you refer to me as OG. I told you guys how I feel about that, huh? Calling me OG, huh? Because those letters could stand for a lot of things. You can call me the Sensei, huh? Or Stormy B-Man, huh? And that's all caps, but no cap. I keep telling you that too. And some of y'all still insist on writing my name in lowercase letters. I consider that disrespect, and that's why you get F+ for that, huh? Each and every one of you that type it in small letters, huh? Because if I had to write your name out, I'm going to write it out like it's supposed to be. But you don't do that for me. There's no respect in there. You see, that's what I'm talking about. And I've often talked about the separation, between those that are connected to the ancestors and the ones that the ancestors had to cut loose. Yeah. So which one you gonna be? Which one? Shower says, don't let Stormy get late naps no more. Someone, anyone. Too late, Shower. Too late. See? Because that's what happens when you don't check on an OG like me. I be ready. I keep telling you guys, I'm as sharp as a Gensu, or a katana. Yeah. And if you know your martial art films and samurais, you know what a katana is. A condo says, call them learn. Yeah, because I'm always teaching, and he tried to use that as a name, and guess what? Failed. We can also call him that because he ain't been showing up around these parts. That's right. That's right. But anyway, let me get on into some boxing, because this is a special edition, late night edition. We're going to talk a little bit about Ennis versus Stanionis, and I'm gonna get ready to put a little poll up for you guys. Not that stupid kind of poll that y'all see at them nightclubs that you go to, with the women be all greased and oiled up, baby oiled up, sliding around. A poll, Poll, not POLE, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put one up here. Let's see. I got to put it up here correctly. That's right, Shower. That's what I said. Because, some of them, if you say you're going to put a poll up, they getting their singles ready, You can't be like that on Stormy B Man channel. I told you, even though we talk about boxing in life here, leave that part of your life in your personal space, Because I ain't trying to. If you want to throw some singles toward that Cash App, you can do that. But this ain't that kind of party where you think somebody going to be spending on one of them things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Put this up there real quick. Yeah, I have to go in. What we got here? Let's see. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it a little bit different than you may have seen some other people do it. I'm trying to get it for this last option here. Let's see here. Yeah, I just thought of a new one to put in there. You guys can take a bite out of that crime right there. That's the new poll I put up there. Who you got? Huh? Ennis, KO, put a 1 in the chat. Decision, put a 2 in the chat with their name. If it's Stanionis, put a KO 1 in the chat if you think he gonna win by knockout, or decision, put a 2 in the chat with his name. A draw, hey, you guys never know, huh? These old shifty judges out here, you never know. Or controversial end. Now that's something that, you know. No, Shower, that's not the only choice. You gotta put the names in there by what you think it's gonna be. Ennis, a KO, put a 1. If you think you're gonna win a decision, put Ennis 2. You know, Ennis 1 or Ennis 2. Stanionis 1 or Stanionis 2. I told you I gotta take you guys to school on here because, you know, sometimes the brain don't get kick started, huh? So I have to kick you with them steel-toed Tims in the back of the cranium, huh? And that'll jump start sometimes, huh? Some of y'all, you need a jump start by smoking them things, you know, them trees. But, you know, I told you we don't do that stuff over here. Yeah, this is a family channel, huh? Ran by patriarchal, huh? Disciplines. Yeah. Eric Jordan says, it should be an easy win for Penny Loafers, but I hope Penny Loafers fights in a different location than Philadelphia. Yeah. We'll see, huh? Because Jersey is right up the block, huh? He be trying to get that home advantage, man. But I'm getting ready to tell you something about that kid. He getting ready to find out some real deals, huh? He's getting ready to find out some stuff. Y'all done already found out some stuff about him. It's just that you don't want to believe it, huh? You running around here with them dark shades on like you Stevie Wonder, knowing damn well you can see. Yeah! Yeah. My man Eric Jordan, he say, penny loafers. You know, I have to, you know, do my special shout out, huh? Yeah, penny loafers. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you something. If Stanionis get that KO, he gonna be house slippers after that one. And you know he don't want to be that, huh? If he get KO'd by Stanionis, he gonna be house slippers, y'all. That's gonna be the new name, huh? You know, Stormy is a mess, ain't he? He be talking about y'all favorite fighters, man. These guys, they gotta go through a whole lot of stuff to raise the grade for Stormy. I'm telling you. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. It's like yeah. Raise it. Raise the game, I say. Huh? Out there. These guys can't even throw 30 punches in a round, man. They can't even throw 30 punches. They be out there. They throw punches like they paying for them, huh? It's like, I got to keep some change. Let your hands go, huh? These guys, man, they don't want to fight, man. And you know, listen, I say these things and I make jokes and everything, but if you tuned in and you see what I'm talking about, it's like, damn, he right. You know what I mean? It's like these guys, man. But I guarantee you that boy Stanionis gonna come and fight. He gonna come to fight. That's right, hen dog. Throwing punches like they paying for them. You know, it's like a jab is like 10. A right hand is 20. You know, it's like they be like fainting and shit. Hey, boy, throw that jab. I just want to make sure it lands first. If you don't throw that damn jab. Yeah. Now you guys, you out there, right? Tell me, where's this reused content? Where? YouTube will have you believe that Stormy B, man, is reusing somebody's content, man. You know? So far, the poll is looking kind of heavily in favor of Stanionis Ennis. I see you guys love you some Ennis, don't you? Well, you know something? That's good. Because if he does turn out victorious, you'll have something to celebrate. I know y'all was a little upset when Tank Davis, you know, ended up with a draw in his last fight, you know, and all of that. We need to see better efforts out of these fighters, though. We need to see better. And Shower, you ain't got to be shy. Because if you want to say it around here, that you think that Ennis is, you know, he's walking on thin ice, you can say it around these parts. Because, you know, Stormy ain't invested either way, huh? He ain't invested either way. So let me go to the, I want to see the, what the report was. Yeah, I know you, I know you say what you want to on here. I know. Feel like I got cold in my chest now. What the? What's that? I might have to pull up another page here. And this fight is going to be for the WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine titles. that pretty much is telling you that whoever wins this fight is the best welterweight in the division. Yeah. Acondo says, I wasn't. I was one of them few that picked Lamont out of hate for Tank. But see, that's the thing though, Acondo. You don't pick based on who you have hate for or not. You pick according to your boxing acumen. Huh? Try that for a change and see how you do. See, because the boxing acumen has to be strong. Hate is weak, huh? Because it's an excuse to not support or to support. You could be supporting somebody because you hate the other guy. You could be not supporting because you hate the guy you're not supporting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. You got to be better than that. The Messenger 215 is in the building. Grand Rising, man, or pretty much ready to go to bed because this is the late edition of the Friday night chop session, Messenger 215. And you're late, huh? You're almost 30 minutes late, huh? Yeah. Hendog says, I got Boots by majority decision. Stanionis gonna win more rounds than we expect. He gonna win the fight. Hendog. How you feel about that, Hendog? How you feel about Stanionis winning, huh? You don't like that, do you? And I will tell you, just like in my breakdown video, Boots should be favored. He should be. He has the type of talent that he could look better than the opponent. Almost any opponent he get in there with until the fight starts. And once the fight starts, then we got to find out who Boots is, huh? Eric Jordan says, if Stanionis wins against Penny Loafers, it would be one of the greatest upsets to start off the year with. It'll be an upset according to, who's favored and everything, but if he wins, it's not really an upset. If he wins, it's not really an upset. And understand, this is why I'm trying to tell you guys. I try to drop hints. I try to tell you things directly and everything, but y'all still be minds closed tighter than a butt cheek at a damn puffy party. You understand? You just like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know. Yes, you do. I'm going to tell you, huh? If Stanionis win, it ain't really an upset. Because just like some of y'all feel that Boots is the best, if Boots wasn't there, Stanionis is the best. The great thing is they're fighting each other, just like when Beterbiev fought Bivol and when Morel and Benavidez fought. This is the same. It's like you don't know until these guys get in there and mix it up. And sometimes things go a different type of way. Sometimes they play out like how the favor is supposed to play out. But we don't get enough of the fights like this to be able to gauge things even better, because when you're having these closely contested fights with evenly matched fighters, it gives the sport a different look. No, Hendog, I disagree. They don't both do the same thing in the ring. They're both winners. Definitely that. But Boots ain't never really been in a fight yet. In 30-something matches, he has not been in a real fight yet. His 2 fights with Karen, those were fights that tested him in a way that he needed to make adjustments to prevail. And though he did, the adjustments that he made weren't great adjustments for separation. And you heard his dad trying to tell him, man, you got to go out there and get rid of this dude. I'm like, where are the instructions at? That's right. Shower no deep waters, huh? We don't know if he got them the swimming fins that you use when you go scuba diving, them swimming fins you put on your feet. We don't know if Boots got those, because if he got them boots on, he might sink to the bottom, huh? Yeah. Man. Shoot. I tell you, man, it is so funny though. See, we don't get enough of these fights that we get a chance to really, talk about them and everything, because we've had so many of these fights where the one guy going in was favored all the damn time. Not enough of the 50-50, like, man, I don't know who to go with. I don't know who to pick. Unless you hen dog and you're going to be like, I'm hating on the other guy, so I'm picking him. It's like I was watching this Ennis fight. It was like highlights. And I forget who the guy was. The guy had on some red trunks or something. And Ennis was just beating the guy all on the side of his head and around the body and stuff. He was just wearing the guy out, right? But the guy was just taking the shots and covering up and stuff. And I was like, every once in a while he would throw a shot back and he would hit Ennis. And I'm like... It's like he's not in Ennis's league, but Ennis is still sloppy and he's not, taking care. And if the guy was really a good fighter, you'll be in a rumble. Yeah. Salute to Trick Noty in the building. What's happening, Trick? He says, what's good, Stormy? What you doing up so late? I'm going with the Lithuanian Leopard. He's like, when I see Stanionis, he reminds me of Costa Zoo and Triple G mix. The prowess of Costa and Triple G seek and destroy. See, now that's a man that has watched some boxing right there. That's my brother Trick Noty. We talk all the time and he know what he talking about. And if I could highlight it, if I was on my StreamYard, I would highlight that comment and put it on the stream. But you're absolutely right, Trick. You're absolutely right. See, I tried to tell him, Trick, before you come into the chat. I said, this fight is a 50-50 fight. But people are just favoring Boots because they seen Boots and they that's what they know. And Stanionis, just because he happens to be of Caucasian nature, he's from Lithuania. Let me tell you something about some of them Lithuanian folks, huh? They are kind of like down on their totem pole over there. It's like they like brothers and sisters over there. You understand? Look into the history. You'll see what I'm talking about. That guy got a fighting spirit, a fighting disposition that ain't nobody that Boots has fought in his 30 plus fights has. And he don't talk crap or nothing. He speaks straight about, you know, giving respect to his opponent and everything. But that boy is dangerous. And don't take that baby face look for granted. He's going to come in there and fight. Hendog says, I would be shocked if Taboos dominates him, though. Yeah, man. But I'm going to tell you, this fight is happening because of Turki Al-Sheikh. The cards that he's been putting on, these guys have been fighting, and, you know, they've been forced to put on good quality matches. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I tell you. So let's kick up that conversation, you guys. What are the keys to victory for Boots? What are the keys to victory do you think are for Boots? The Messenger 215 believes that Boots' chin will be tested. More than his chin, Messenger 215, his intestinal fortitude is going to be tested. That's what you need to be concerned about, because he hasn't been in that type of fight yet. He hasn't been in that type of fight. That's the thing. Shower thinks that his lateral movement is not going to be of any use for him in this fight. The only way it's going to be of use for him is if the refs let him do that little cheat move he does when guys get close to him, he spins them and pushes them off. You know, he does that a lot to people, and that's illegal. But the thing about Stanionis is Stanionis knows how to cut the ring off and know how to be right there in front of you. And he's not just waiting in front of you. He's doing things while he's in front of you. He's touching you here. He's touching you there. He's up and he's down with his shots. And he's not ever loading up on anything, but he's making contact, and he's not afraid of contact. Learn says, don't fight Stanionis' style. Stanionis' style is interesting. It's a combination of a few things. Trignoti mentioned Triple G and Costa Zoo. That's pretty spot on. Kondo says, stay in the middle of the ring, stay moving, rotating, jab, jab, set up his punches, and don't get into it back and forth. You see what Shower says, guys? Imantis does work on angles too. He doesn't just press forward. Absolutely. Eric Jordan says not to run out of gas and take his opponent seriously, and for Stanionis is keeping the pressure on penny loafers and not giving any opportunity. Yeah. Trignoti says, for to win, I believe he has Stanionis is going to have to make Boots fight. Rough him up, go to Boots' body. Nobody has been to his body. Boots has to box, use his jab, and I feel not switch as much. Throw combos. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. That's for doggone sure, man. It's for doggone sure. This is the kind of fight, like I said, you know, Boots should be favored. But I like the other guy. I like the other guy. Yep. Man, I like my little jazz melodies, man. I love it. That's very true, Learn. He has a tendency that he wants to prove to the fans that he could beat you at their game. Yeah. And that's very true also, Trignoti. We might see, throw the damn towel! Kondo says Boots can get hurt if taken to the deep waters. I know how his stamina gonna hold up. His stamina is gonna be tested early because Stanionis is a guy that applies pressure. That pressure is something, man. It's something else. That pressure is the son of a gun. Learn is asking, whose corner do you trust, Stormy B man? I trust Ennis. I trust Stanionis' corner, bro. I trust his corner. Cause they never have lied to him about the fights that he's been in. Trignoti says, Stormy, yes, he wants to beat you at your game. This may not be the fight Boots does this. For example, Ivan Robinson should have been champion, but he got hit and fought the other guy's fight. Yeah. The fights with Arturo Gatti, Ivan Robinson and Arturo Gatti, people forget about their fights. They only remember Gotti and Ward, but Gotti and Ivan Robinson, those were some great fights too. Right, Trignoti? Yeah. Man. I wish I could show film on it. This would be a perfect time to do that, but YouTube won't let me do that. They let other people do that, but they won't let Stormy B-Man do it. Huh? Copyright. Motherfuckers. Fights like this, I wish I could just watch them all day long. Because these are the two best guys. And a close third is Brian Norman. Now, if this was a fight between if this was a fight between Brian Norman and Stanionis, I would say Brian Norman by knockout. That's just how but as they say, styles make fights. Yeah, Eric Jordan, that's what they do, man. They be hating, bro. They be hate. Let me look at the tail of the tape for these guys. Yeah, Messenger 215 is for some folks. It ain't for everybody. Ain't that a trip? It ain't for everybody. And I don't understand why BoxRec don't have Stanionis listed as WBA champion. They don't have him listed. Yeah, Stanionis is 30 now. Boots is 27. Boots is 5'10", 74-inch reach. Stanionis is 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. Isn't it kind of curious, you guys, that Virgil Ortiz in 2 scheduled fights with Stanionis didn't make it through those fights? And then he just moved on up. Where they tried to say, oh, making 147 wasn't good for him, so he moved up to 154. He avoided a loss by not facing Stanionis. I'm telling you that right now. If Bohachuk could fight Virgil like he did, Stanionis could finish him off. Trignoti says he gonna put running shoes on Boots. I told you, if he knocks Boots out, he gonna turn Boots into house slippers. I'm calling them penny loafers right now, but if he gets knocked out, he instantly becomes house slippers. And you gonna have to put one of them, what the ladies used to call it, shower, a duster on. He gonna be wearing a duster and some house slippers, and might as well put in one of them feather dusters in his hand. Oh, is that what that is? Learn? I didn't know that. I hadn't even paid attention and noticed it like that to that degree. They should take the damn WBC off the site. That's what they should do. Them cheating, fraudulent MFs. Something tells me if Boots gets hurt or shook up or something, that's when you're going to find out what he really got. Yeah. And then you got Raymond Ford taking on Thomas Matisse. Matisse is 22-4 with 1 draw, 17 KOs, 34 years of age, out of Cleveland, Ohio. They call him the Gunner Man. The Gunner Man said he gonna gun for Raymond Ford's title. We'll see. Raymond Ford, I'm very disappointed in him. He gave that title up to Nick Ball, man. I don't know what was wrong with him, what was on his mind, but you gave that title away to Nick Ball. Made a dude a champ that shouldn't have been a champ, man. So Trignoti, did you participate in the poll, brother? We got 50% that's saying it's going to be a controversial end. That's a damn good bet. That's a damn good bet right there. Man, look at my likes, bro. The likes are looking nasty, as the 78 would say. Y'all doing me dirty on the likes, man. I could get more likes if I was to go to Europe. What the hell? This is just ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, but Messenger 215, when Eddie's fighters usually lose, they get knocked out. Go and check the history. Eddie's fighters don't lose a lot of decisions. They be getting knocked out, bro. They get knocked out. Something just tells me that Boots is not that tough, man. I'm not talking about his boxing ability and his punching power and all of that. I believe that when pushed to that limit, there's gonna be something there that shows that it's not, what we might have thought. There's a few of those fighters out there like that. A few of them. Yep. Eric George says, facts say AJ most definitely had a good night's sleep. Boy, Dubois knocked his head off, didn't he? Man. Salute to Daniel Dubois, man. That's my man. Daniel Dubois, if I saw him, I'd buy him a drink, man. Trignoti says they compare him to Roy Jones and Roy wasn't tough. Do you think Roy was tough, Trignoti? Being good and tough is two different things in the sport of boxing. There's my brother Pac-Man Tay. What's happening, Tay? Tay Jones, what's good with you, bro? I know this is roughly your hour, ain't it, Tay? Man, we be sleep. Usually you be coming on live. Tay, did you do a live today? Because I was looking for you. I didn't see you. If you did one, I know you were saying you were going to do a live today. Yeah, a little while ago, Tay, I was asking everybody in the chat what were the keys to victory for each guy. Now, as far as Stanionis, keep the pressure on, keep his punch output up, go to Boots' body, and continue to keep him turning in the ring. Keep him turning. He say he laughing at the comments. Yeah, man. Tay was out there peeping through the blinds too. I told you, yeah, all these folks be out there peeping, man. They be peeping, man. I just wish that people would just go ahead and endorse Stormy, man, and just, but they be holding me back, man. They hold me back. Tay says, just stay outside of Boots' jab. It's easy. Well, this is the thing about Stanionis too, and Boots don't know this. Even though his people can they can study film and tell him everything in his ear and whisper, and he'll hear it and won't pay no damn attention to it. But Stanionis likes contact, y'all. In a sport where most of these guys of today shy away from contact. So hitting him is not gonna mean that's gonna be your key to win. Oh, I'm gonna hit him, I'm gonna keep hitting him, I'm gonna hit him. Yeah, but he gonna be doing some things while you touching on him. He gonna be doing some things to you. Huh? I think he gonna reach inside of Boots' chest and grab that thing that beats. Huh? And he might put it in his hand and might start squeezing on it. Yeah. That's what he gonna do. Trick Noti says, Stormy, we talk about it from time to time, man. They don't like us. Yeah, of course. A lot of people, listen, they look at the wrong things. Well, you know, Tay, he gonna bring the dirty tactics. But what I don't think he's going to be ready for is how Stanionis deals with the dirty tactics. Remember the Ruslan, not Ruslan, but Butayev fight? Butayev, man, did everything he could to distract and, try to take away from Stanionis. And Stanionis was like, let's go. Let's pick it up. I remember watching that fight. That was a brutal fight, man. Shower just recently watched that. Wasn't that fight brutal, Shower? And damn, Stanionis beat the guy at his own game. That was Butayev's. That's the best he could fight. And Stanionis still beat him. Yeah, you should, Tay. If you got a video to drop, please drop it, man. I'll be wanting to watch as much as I can. It just gets, it's like disheartening when you see guys talk about a fighter. Okay, like in this instance, I'm speaking on behalf of Boots. It's like the other guy don't have no shot. Just like when people were saying Lamont Roach didn't have no shot against Tank. I remember I was in Junior the Truth's live stream. He had a call in the week before the fight, the week of the fight with Tank and Roach. And he was asking his chat. He was like, does anybody in here feel that Roach has a chance? Everybody was like, no way. Nah. I was like, yes. Man, I don't know what people be seeing, man. I'm like, I'm looking here and you guys are looking down there. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, Tay. I think that at the end of the day, it's really that they think, Stanionis being a Caucasian guy. but he's from Lithuania. It's not like he's from Ireland. It's not like he's from the UK. You know what I mean? It's like this guy got a little more under the surface than a lot of people. And those are those intangibles that Kurt Sugar used to talk about. When guys have a lot more under the surface, but they're talented too, they're hard to beat. Because where their talent kind of drops off, it's that under the surface, intestinal fortitude, things of that nature, especially if they have ring IQ. And to a certain degree, Stanionis' ring IQ is pretty decent. There you go, Tay. Y'all see Tay's comment there? That last comment right there? Messenger 215 says, I trust your IQ, but I have to pick hometown, bro. Is that where you from, Messenger 215? His hometown? If that's the only reason you pick him, because he's from your hometown, then you really got a lot more to learn about boxing, because hometown don't have nothing to do with it, bro. Trick Noty says, I feel Boots gonna get caught on a switch. He switches way too much. You know what it is? It's not even that he's polished out of either position, Trick Noty in chat. He does it because he's been allowed to do it his entire career. When he was in the gym as a young guy coming up, I'm gonna try it from this side. I'm gonna try, and you know, that's just like what's my man's name? The Heartbreaker, his brother, who kept switching and getting his ass whooped, switching. Heartbreaker, dude, that's being able to switch can be a good tactic, but when that becomes just the way you fight and people know you're gonna do that, all they gotta do is be waiting for you to do it so they can do what they're gonna do when you make your switch. Salute to Dub Right Side. I see you out there. What's happening with you? Okay, a messenger says, yeah, same neighborhood. I know he could lose. Listen, man. This is the best guy he ever fought. And Ennis is the best guy that Stanionis has ever fought. The only difference is that Stanionis has shown with each best guy that he's fought, he's been able to raise his level. Boots has fought guys that were not challenging to him. This is going to be his first real challenge. And sometimes guys don't be up for that challenge, man. They don't. Yeah, 215 is the Philly area code. Okay, that's cool. You know, Stormy ain't good with numbers, man. I wouldn't know that until you tell me. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing like that. But, you know, but let me tell you this. The messenger, get a message to your boy that, hey, man, he better bring his A game, his B game, his D game, huh? Or else it's going to be a shame. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You just know. Bars. Yeah, buddy. But isn't it great to have these fights, man? Isn't it great? It's like having these top fighters fighting each other, man. That's all. See, that's what Turkey started. He stimulated the market to do this. And we're now getting these fights against these top guys. I just when it's a big fight, like I consider this a big fight. I get all like anxiety, but not anxiety in the negative sense of fear or something, but I be hyped up, amped. I feel like I could watch it for 24 hours, you know. I just want to see good fights, man. I just want to see good fights. And to me, I don't care who wins. It's like, you know, I had my favorite fighter when I was a younger person, and my favorite fighter was a younger person, and at that time and era. But now that he's retired and old like me or whatever, I just watch the sport now. So it could be two guys like this. I just want to see a damn good fight, and may the best man win. I could give my thoughts on who I think will win or whatever, but I just want to see good fights. That's why I try to encourage people to not be so much aligned with a guy unless it's a guy that's worth being aligned with. And, you know, those kind of guys are coming along. We see them. Guys like Haney, you know, that's a guy to get behind because he's a good man and he's a good fighter. You know, this kid, Brian Norman Jr., Tay is out there. That's a good guy to get behind. It's like that's what you want to see of these guys. Some of these other guys, man, they are representing in a way that's like all it takes is a certain kind of fight to happen, and then they show you who they are. They show you their character. And I kind of see those things before we get to that because I know what to look for. See, some people that just watch boxing, you don't know what to look for when it comes down to that. This is why I kind of make jokes about guys and stuff like that, because there have been some things that have given me insight to say, okay, I'm just waiting for that other shoe to drop, and eventually it does. The Messenger 215 says, I see Stan bruises easily. Well, I see Stan doesn't lose easily, huh? How about that, Messenger 215? Huh? How about that? The right side says, we have talked about this for a while. I love to see Boots making it happening. But I agree, Stormy. I love the fight and I want to see it. Yeah, man. And I'm going to tell you something. Just like I said when Errol Spence fought Sean Porter, their fight was such a good fight, it begged a rematch. It never happened. But see, that's the kind of way I love boxing. That Spence and Porter fight, it begged a rematch. If Earl didn't get that knockdown late in the fight where Sean's glove touched the canvas, he didn't even get knocked off his feet. That kind of assisted in him getting that decision. But I'm going to tell you something. Sean fought a hell of a fight against Errol, and that should have had a rematch. I know it was a unification, but man, it's a shame that boxing robs the people of great fights by, bad decisions and things of that nature. Tay says, I tell you what, though, Boots can't afford to just take punches versus a puncher tomorrow. Absolutely, Tay. I agree with you 1,000%. Yeah, buddy. The right side says, did y'all think Boots looked drained before the weigh-in? Dude, I don't... Listen, let me tell you something about that. And I'm not coming at you when I say this, Dub Right Side. I just want to make that clear. But you have a lot of content creators out here who talk about fighters looking drained, weight drained, and things of that nature. It's a normal process for guys who are fighting way above the weights that they campaign at when they train down. So they're going to look gaunt. They're going to look dry sometimes. They're going to look a little sunken and whatnot because they put their bodies through that to make that weight class. But when you see them walking around, you see them 20, sometimes 30 pounds above their fight weights. And if you lost 30 pounds, you're going to look different. Now, the old fighters used to stay within 12 to 15 pounds of their fight weight, and they keep their discipline of their diet and everything. So when they do start to train for a fight, even if they got to make a cut, they have far less to cut because they've been disciplined. These guys today they're not disciplined, man. See, I'm very old school when it comes down to that. Weight draining and stuff like that. It's like, that's a term that gets thrown around. Now, a fighter can be weight drained, yes. But when fighters drain themselves down to make certain weight classes, hey, man. That's just like, you guys remember Canelo was fighting at 54, right? Well, 55, because he wouldn't go to 54. He would go into 55. Well, Canelo was basically a middleweight, super middleweight, fighting at junior middleweight. And he enjoys certain strength advantages and everything because he's a natural weight fighter, but at the same time, he knows how to manipulate the scales. But he doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. Trignoti says, this is the same stuff these content creators tried to say when Errol fought Bud. Said Errol was weight drained. No, he was just beat up bad by Bud, and they still mad to this day. Perfect example of that, Trignoti. Check this out. Y'all remember those few years ago when Errol and Bud met in that corridor? And Errol had on that red hoodie and they were talking junk to each other. This was when they was talking about getting together to fight. Errol was way above fight weight, welterweight, on that night. And he was talking about Bud was too small for him. And he touched Bud. You too small. And he touched Bud, and Bud said, touch it again. Touch it again. He was like, yeah. And then he looked at Errol and he said, that's fat. In other words, in that moment, Errol, who wasn't at fight weight at all, he was at his walk around weight, whatever it may have been. Bud was at his walk around weight, but Bud still was in shape. Two different fighters with two different approaches to their craft. This is why all these people saying that Bud don't have no chance against Canelo, you don't understand. For a fighter that don't burn the candle at both ends, that keeps himself in shape, whether he's fighting or not, and now he's going to be able to come in more healthy and stronger. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting story, man. It's going to be very interesting. That's right, Trick Nolte. That's exactly what he told him. That's exactly what he told him. And they were probably around the same weight then, right, Trick Nolte? But the difference was Bud was still in shape and Arrow wasn't. That's right, EJ. I keep telling you, you guys that are, loyal to your regions and all of that, man. You could lose your home tomorrow and have to relocate to a new area. Your heart will always be where your home was, right? But it's like, that's not the only place in life to exist. You attach yourselves to the wrong things. That's what I'm saying, basically. That's like, I used to love football and I used to support the Chicago Bears. I just got tired of them looking so horrible and doing stupid stuff after stupid stuff every year with coaches and players and stuff. So I finally took myself out of watching football because of the Bears. And I don't miss it. And guess what? They still doing the same stupid stuff, even a decade plus after I stopped watching them. Why would I want to continue to do that to myself? If you either are trying to put yourself in the mix to be the better and try to contend, or you're not. And they are not. They just run the team or organization like a business. They know they're going to sell so many tickets a season. They're going to have so many pre-orders and this and that, and they don't have to pay outstanding contracts to really, really great stars and stuff like that. It's like they're running it like a business. Forget it. That's just like when the two heavyweights fought last week, Richard Torres and Guido Vianello. Now, Guido had been in some fights against some names that Torres hasn't. But when they came together to fight, you could tell who was the real fighter, Torres. Even though Torres had not fought anyone at Guido's level yet, he made Guido look like a chump. Guido was holding and everything. He had no answers to try to fight the guy on the inside or at mid-range or on the outside. He had no answers. And so Torres took the fight. Now you can put Torres in there against somebody that's going to try to whoop his ass, and you're going to see a fight because Torres got fight in him. He might not be the most skilled guy. He might not have the biggest punch, but he can fight, and that's what he's going to do. And the more quality opposition you put him in against, the better he's going to be. Let's hear from my man, the focus ball, huh?
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the focus ball. Dramatically improve footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a focus ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a focus ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a focus ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a focus ball. When you train with the focus ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the focus ball now.
Yeah, man, better get you some of that merchandise, man. I just recently got a couple of new items in, some hats, my Sensei t-shirt, man. I'm loving this stuff, man. You better get you something, huh? Get you something so when you walk down the street, people will say, man, what is that? Who is Stormybman? What's the Sensei? Huh? Yeah, I like your golf cap. I was like, man, you know, sporting some good stuff, man. Yeah, Eric Jordan says, I did underestimate Bud against EJ, and I did remember Sensei you giving me that F+ because I was being a biased fanatic instead of a really researching both fighters. That was a lesson that I'll never forget. Listen, man, it's a lesson for life. In other words, don't put all your eggs in one basket, huh? Have a carton, yeah. And keep them separated so they don't bump into each other and crack, huh? That's what it's all about, man. Yeah. Trick Noti says, damn, Sensei, I'm going to be up for a while. My old lady was snoring so loud, she woke herself and tried to blame it on me. I don't know why women think they don't snore, man. I'm about to watch The Master Avengers. I've been there, Trick Noty. I've been there, brother. Hey, man. So look here, man. We come to the end of another Friday night chop session. This was a special late edition because because I had to get a little rest before I could come in and do the show, man. But I'm glad you guys come out and rock with me this evening. Our poll is telling us that a lot of folks think that this fight could have a controversial ending, huh? Yeah. But who knows, man? 50% think that it's gonna be Stanionis Ennis winning, hands down, whether it's by knockout or decision. But I just want to see a great fight. I want to see these two guys compete at the highest level that they can do. And watch out for Tay Jones' video, because he said he gonna drop a video and we're gonna anxiously await that one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but thank you guys for tuning in, man. I really appreciate that. And don't forget, you can share the content, because it's like, you know, I make jokes. I make it all fun and everything. It's all a good time here. The Friday night chop session, the channel. You know what I mean? And hey, we'll be back. There will be a post-fight show tomorrow night after the fight too. So look for that. You know what I mean? But everybody enjoy your weekend. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, If you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.